Hi, only a couple of days left until the final episode of season 7. Are you excited? I think you have to be, because my prediction is that the final episode of season 7 is going to be absolutely glorious, epic, amazing. Many things will happen, but yeah, we have to wait in order to see. But right now, I want to talk about the title of the final episode, The Wolf and the Lion. So let's talk about the title. I want to explain my thoughts and my personal point of view on what's the meaning of the title for this final episode. One can assume quickly that it's all about Daenerys and Jon Snow. If you haven't already heard the spoilers, here's a big spoiler warning. I'm going to mess up all your plans and your wishes not to know what's going to happen. So beware, huge spoilers are coming. Yeah. So if you don't want to see and know what's going to happen, just I don't know, shut down this video. It won't be a big problem. I won't kill myself. In reality, almost nobody watches my my podcast, so yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. So the huge spoiler is that in the final episode of season 7 there is going to be a very interesting shaky-ducky quack sex scene between Jon Snow and Daenerys. Yeah, it's true. It's damn true. Nephew and aunt are going to bang. So, in order to produce the perfect child from ice and fire. But I think that it's not about those people having sex. No, the title for the episode is in regards to one of the most important fundamental events that transpired before the War of the Five Kings. The story of the Robert's Rebellion, where Jon Snow's father, Rhaegar Targaryen, was killed. But just before that, he married in secret Lyanna Stark, Jon Snow's mother. And then they created the Song of Ice and Fire. Lyanna Stark, being from the Stark family, she is a wolf from the north, and Rhaegar Targaryen, who is a dragon from the Targaryens. So my big hopes are that we are going to see, finally, we're going to be witnesses to the secret wedding that happened between Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. And maybe Bran will stop telling his sisters that he has been watching them while they're being raped and while stabbed and all the brutal things that Bran wants to know. And yeah, we know that Bran is a very creepy little fella, but right now Bran is going to provide Samuel Tarly this very important information, so that we can so then Sam in his way is going to tell Jon in the first episode of season 8, this is my prediction, about his true lineage, that he is a Targaryen indeed. Of course, a very important part of this title, A Song of Ice and Fire, the title of of the book sequels, which we're going to have materialized in the title of the last episode. We have to bear in mind the fact that the bond between Jon Snow and Daenerys is very fundamental to the final chapter of the Game of Thrones sequels. You have to know that ice and fire are the basics, the two most important things that are they're in the core of Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin likes to portray them not as polar opposites, but as something that makes a very good combination. So yeah, they're going to have a baby. Jon Snow and Daenerys. And the last thing that I want to talk about is, I want to explain why they can have a baby. We can see in the last episode, in episode 6 of season 7, that Daenerys and Jon are talking to each other while Jon is he's laying on the bed after the brutal assault from the White Walkers, and Daenerys tells him that her three dragons are her only sons. She isn't able to have any more, to provide any more children. But that's not true. Jon Snow has died, and maybe he's also facing some difficulties making babies. But we know that the Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, is a magical fantasy world where anything is possible. So brace yourself. It's a baby from the winter is coming.